Hi guys, this is Shiva. Today I am starting a new video series on API testing. So in this video series we are going to learn Postman, and in automation we are going to learn Rest Assure, right? So first of all, what is API? API is application programming interface as a definition or abbreviation. So just I will, before entering into the definition, just I will give you some examples so that you guys can able to understand what is real meaning of API, then what's the use of it, right? So anyhow, everybody going to the hotels and ordering some foods, and right, so how we are doing that? So as a customer, what we used to do, we just order the food to the waiter, and the waiter go to the kitchen and brings back to the food to us, right? So there are two things are involving. The first one is request the given by the customer to the waiter, then that waiter taking that request and going to the kitchen. From the kitchen we are getting that response. What is that response? Our expectation is food, so that is given by the waiter, and now we can able to eat, right? So you just think of these things. So there are two things is involving. One is request and response, and there is a waiter. So there are three guys are involving. So here we will consider the waiter as a API, and the customer is giving a request. So the API is collecting the request and giving to the kitchen. From the kitchen we are getting the response and the taken by the waiter, and we are getting the food, right? So you consider this one scenario. Okay, so here you can consider waiter as a API. The kitchen contains the data, which means our food. So there is a database, right? So database, there is a data. So whenever you give a request, API take that request and go to the kitchen, collect the food and give back to you the response, right? So this is one simple scenario. We'll go to the second one. So here we'll take one real-time example, right? So now you are trying to book a ticket, right? So how you can book a ticket? So there will be lot of platforms as of now, right? So you can use redbus.in because so that you can book a ticket, and you can go to the Make My Trip. Again, you can book a ticket. You can use Yatra to book a ticket. Paytm, you can able to book a ticket, and via browsers also, right? So these are the, so here you can able to see browsers involving, and Android and iOS is involving, and mobile phones is involving, and so anything, right? So but you can able to book a ticket from anywhere. Okay, so there is a centralized database so that you can able to book a ticket, right? So you are giving inputs, right? How you are giving the inputs? From the text box you are writing Chennai to Bangalore, that Bangalore to somewhere like Delhi, right? So you are giving the inputs, right? So there is a request again. So the requests are collected by your API. So now the API sends to the database, right? So now it will check whether the tickets availability or not. So if there's a tickets are available, then it will bring back to you these many tickets are available, right? So again, what's happening here is there is a UI, right? So from the UI you are giving the inputs to the API. So the API collecting the data and bring back to the database, and the database or server it giving the response to you, which means from API, from via API. So API again collecting the responses and give back to you. So this is happening exactly in the real time, right? Okay. Now we'll come to the definition of API, right? So the things are there is application. So as we know, there is a booking application in the previous slide. So from the application you are giving the request. Okay, so for example, you are giving some from location and to location, and you are giving the dates, and you are clicking the submit button. Now when you click the submit button, automatically API receives your request. Now, so what it will do is, already we have written some logic, business logic. What you are trying to do here, you are going to insert the data, or you want to take the data from the database, or you want to update the existing data, or you want to delete the data. So based on the request, it will convert whether it is insert or update or delete, right? So there will be different terms in the API that we will discuss later. As of now, so that's a business logic based on your request, what you want to do in the database, right? So now it will be converted into the query, then it will do some changes in the database, or it will collect the data, or it will update the data, then it will bring back to the response whether it is success or failure. Okay, so then again the business logic will come to the picture, it will analyze the response and give back to the application via API. So these are the things really happening with the API. Now, okay, so now what's the real definition of API? So the API is application programming interface. So it allows the talk between the two applications. So what is the two applications here? So here we are using regularly Facebook, right? So you are doing something, you are updating the status, and you are reading the status, or you are watching the videos. So you are giving some request to get the data, right? So here also API is involving. Then in real-time weather, right? So whenever you want to see the weather, you can use your mobile. So here also the API is involving, right? So what kind of APIs we are using in business, right? So there are two kinds of APIs. One is SOAP, and one is REST. So SOAP is a protocol actually. It's a service object access protocol, and the rest is representational state transfer, right? So this is one we are going to learn, right? Okay, so now we will see about what is SOAP and how it involves in the business, right? So the SOAP is created in 1988 by Dave Warner, so collaborated with the Microsoft, right? So it's a protocol. So whenever say there is a protocol which has set of rules to follow, which means there is a syntax rules followed for request and response, messages sent by the web applications. So the SOAP supports only XML. That is the one drawback in the SOAP. It supports only XML, extensible markup language. So the SOAP is mainly used with enterprise web applications with high security. Whenever there is a high security, they may use the SOAP. See, for example, in PayPal high security systems, they are using the SOAP for some security, more securable operations. Okay, so the second thing is REST, so representational state transfer. So it's introduced by scientist Roy in 2000. So SOAP is a protocol, but REST is a architecture. So you just understand. So the SOAP is a protocol in the sense there is a set of rules to follow, but in REST it's architecture style. Okay, so it's alternative of SOAP considered by the developers. Why? Because it needs to write lot of code for complete any task following the XML structure. So we need to follow the XML structure to complete any task. That's a big drawback of your SOAP. And REST makes data available as resources, and resources represented by unique URL. See, for example, whenever you want to do some operation, right? So that is considered as a resource, and that's a URL. So whenever you want to see some data, you can use the URL to take the data, right? So that those URLs are very unique. Okay, so it supports XML, HTML, YAML, and JSON, right? So these are the things are supported by the your REST architecture. Okay, so these are the simple introduction about our API testing and the API. So in next video we'll start with the API testing. So there are some different terms and the terminologies, and we'll see one by one and start. We will learn slowly but with confidence, right? So thanks for watching, and subscribe my video and share this video to your friends so that everybody knows about API testing. Thanks for watching.